today is Monday, June 29th. I know the date. I'm so proud of myself. And today is my niece Haley's birthday, but she doesn't watch my channel, but I'll still give her a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Haley. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. I love you. Haley's waiting to have her graduation. She was supposed to have her party on Friday, but because of everything, and then they're still waiting. She's Haley's the girl that my niece that I told you about, that the school was going to come to her house to do the special graduation. Haley decided she didn't want to. She didn't want all that attention. So, you know, it's for Haley to decide. So she decided not to. But it's also Cindy Shell's birthday, so Cindy, you get a song too. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cindy. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's also Janet Miller's birthday. She was born in 1963. I think I can tell you that because she told me, when she told me when her birthday was. So, she gets a song. She's 3 years younger than my sister Denise. She's 13 years younger than me. She's a spring chicken. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Janet. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, as you can see, I'm in the house. I was going to go outside, but I know a lot of people say they can't hear me. And a lot of people say they can, but I'll tell you, it's very hot. I didn't even go for a walk today, but the reason I didn't go for a walk, which I wasn't going to go anyhow because I knew it was going to be muggy. We're supposed to have a high 80s, low 90s for the rest of the week, and high humidity, and I don't like walking in that. But I had this Alyssa and Sophia and Kylie for a sleepover last night. Kylie decided she wanted to go home early because she said it was too much noise and she couldn't get to sleep. So I walked her home last night, and then she came early this morning after she went for her walk. But Sophia and Alyssa got up very early. They were up really early, but I laid in bed. I rolled over. I heard them, and then I just rolled over and went back to sleep. So they're in the pool right now. Excuse me. My sinus is drained in the morning, especially when the humidity's high. But I'm saying prayers for Robbie over at Frecky Fitwolf. He's back from the emergency room last night. In a way, since he's already suffering anyhow, and if he's not going to die, it would probably be better to have COVID so you could build up the antibodies, and then you wouldn't have them again. You wouldn't have to go through it again. But he said that the first test came back that he didn't have COVID. But then when he went to the emergency room last night, they did another test. But the doctors seem to think he does have it. And he's a hairdresser, so I'm sure that he came in contact with somebody, which is sad, which is all the more reason that I'm not in a hurry to get my hair cut. But I've decided that I'm starting to like my hair long. I've never let it get to this point, I think. Because the last haircut I had was in February. I usually go every like 2 or 3 months, and we're going on 4 or 5. So it's like, because I think it was the beginning of February, so it's March, April, May, June, July, almost 5 months. That's a long time for me. But I'm getting used to it. I don't know that I'll ever have it really, really long, but I'm still a little nervous about going to a hairdresser, so I'll just live with it. That's all I can do, I guess. But I have rethunk my plans for my anniversary, because when I got back from Mary's house yesterday, Jim was in the garage putting together a new grill. We've had so many grills. Jim has bought so many grills. We had like a flat grill. I don't know what you call it. Like you could make pancakes and bacon on it. And then we have a gas grill. Well, we had a gas grill. He decided he didn't want the gas grill, so he gave the gas grill to Christy. And then he bought this other grill that's just a flat surface that he could make pancakes and bacon and things like that. And then he decided he didn't like that anymore, so he gave that to Danny. And then he went and bought another gas grill. And then we went to Christy's house for Sophia's birthday on the 18th, and Aaron had a grill that you can either use wood to do smoker, or you can do charcoal to do charcoal. And so Jim was talking about getting that, and I go, well, if we get it, we're going to have 2 grills then, because we're not going to keep getting rid of grills and buying new grills. So he said, no, that sounds fair. So we have a new grill. It's a smoker grill, and it's down on the bottom patio, and the gas grill, which I would use, is up here on the deck. And so we've decided that it would probably be cheaper just to buy a slab of ribs and then cook them, because we both only eat a half a slab anyhow. So I was looking at the prices, and I think a slab of ribs is about between $13 and $15. And I have potatoes, and I have lettuce, I have all this stuff for salads and stuff like that. And if we were going to eat out, our dinners were going to be like $20 each, so that's $40. So the frugal me said, let's just grill it. And so Jim's all excited because he wants to use the grill. So I'll make the baked potatoes and a little side salad, and that way I can enjoy my turtle cake, because I did order that this morning, and I did order Jim's pecan pie, so he'll have that. And we'll just light a couple candles, have a little romantic dinner here at the kitchen table. If it's nice, we'll eat outside, but I don't see that it's going to be nice. It's supposed to be in the 90s and high humidity all week. So it was 103 the week we got married. We look at it seemed like it was so much hotter on our wedding day, but Jim looked it up, and it must have been a cool front that came through. But I remember that a couple days before that, we had gone to Greenfield Village with some friends, which is like a museum, a Henry Ford museum that's here in Dearborn, Michigan. If you ever come to Michigan, it's planned for a couple days to go there. So you go to the village one day and then go to the museum another day. It's well worth it. It's a very historical, very nice. I myself like the village better because it's more walking, and it looks goes in the houses and things like that. It's just nicer. But anyway, we went there, and it was like 103, 104 degrees. So it was a hot week. I picked a hot week to get married. But anyway, like I said, I'm getting back on track. I'm determined now. Got my determination back. I didn't reach my goal of getting to 100 pounds by my anniversary, which was my initial goal. But that doesn't mean I'm never going to hit it, because now I got to focus. I'm focused now, and it's the right time. It really is the right time. I've got all the fresh fruits and vegetables I can choose from, and I just have to track. That's what I got to do. So that's my plan, and I'm just going to focus on just having a new normal, because things are never going to go back to, in my opinion, are going to go back to the way they will. People will get back to the fact that they're going to be so busy with their lives that they're going to be oblivious to everything around them. The last 3 or 4 months have brought us to know what's right in front of our eyes, which we didn't see before because we were too busy with our lives going here or there. Now that we're getting back into society, we're starting to get back to our old ways of being distracted by everything. And but to me, that's the new normal. The old normal was in the past. So we just have to get on with our lives, and now is the time to get back to losing weight. It's the time. Some of the Weight Watcher studios are opening just for weigh-ins. There's a couple here in Michigan, in my area, that are opening just for weigh-ins. Not my studio itself. A couple of the studios, they're not that far from me, but they're far enough that I'm not going to drive all that way just to get weighed. I'm still going to continue to weigh at home. I'm in no hurry to get back into a closed setting. I'm just not. And I know they're hitting the younger people nowadays, which is the good side of the people that are getting COVID at the younger age is at least they're able to recover better than older people. But the bad thing is that they say that it's going to have lasting effects for them when they're older. Now, they don't know this for 100% certainty, but that's their theory. So I'm hoping that people just don't say, well, I'm young, I'll recover from it, it's okay. It might come back to haunt you later in life, so just be careful with that. But my favorite, one of my shirts that I haven't worn, I got this shirt in 1995. I tell you, just because it's old doesn't mean it went out of style. But I haven't been able to wear it for the longest time. But we went to Hawaii for our 25th anniversary. Jim's parents paid for our 25th anniversary present. That was our present. and it was their 50th anniversary that year. So they had their 50th in January, January 5th, and then our 25th was July 2nd. So we went in March for, I think it was 15 days we went. It was so much fun. We had so much fun going. But stories. I've always got a story, you know that. As you saw yesterday, my family, we're just filled with stories. We're just, maybe it's the Irish in us, I don't know, but we're always storytelling. We're always remembering things and sharing things. But when we went to go to Hawaii, we got on the plane, and it was a packed plane. It was really packed. And we were supposed to stop in Los Angeles for a layover for an hour. My daughter Christy was a very needy child. So we had promised her that when we landed in Los Angeles, we would call her to let her know that we made it at least that far, and to put her mind at ease. So we get on the plane, and it's not taking off. And it's hot because they don't have the air circulating yet. And they had closed the doors, but they still weren't taking off, and we were just sitting there. And then the captain came on and said, sorry for the delay, but we're checking something out on the engines. Nothing to worry about, just a minor thing. It's nothing dangerous. And so we looked out the window, and there's all these policemen with dogs surrounding the plane over by underneath the plane, and we're wondering what the heck's going on. And everybody's looking out the window. They're wondering what's with the dogs? What's with all the dogs? And then the stewardess opened up the door, and a couple people came on with dogs and holding the dogs, and they were running around in the cabin, and the dog ran right up to somebody and jumped right on them. And it turned out that it was a drug smuggler, and he was smuggling drugs, and he had drugs underneath the plane in his luggage, but he also had some drugs on him. So the marshal or whoever came on the plane handcuffed him, and we continued on to Los Angeles. And the captain never explained that right away. He just kept saying, well, sorry for the delay. We had to wait for some additional passengers. Yeah, the police. So we're back here. We can see. We know. So we flew to Los Angeles. We were delayed almost an hour and a half. So the whole time on the plane. And back then you could use the phone on the plane, but I think it cost some money, and we didn't want to spend the money on that. So we waited till we landed in Los Angeles. So what they wanted to do is they wanted him to meet his connection, because he only had a flight to Los Angeles. He wasn't going all the way to Hawaii. And so they weren't letting anybody off the plane until he got off first. And so they unhandcuffed him, and we were told we couldn't get off. So he got off, and then they arrested whoever he was meeting and all that, blah, blah, blah. So then whoever was going to get off at Los Angeles could get off too, but only the Los Angeles passengers. Anyone that was continuing on to Hawaii could not get off the plane. And so Jim had gone up and talked to the stewardess, and she had said, no, nobody can get off in that. And he said, well, can I at least go in the jetway to call my daughter? And they said, no, you can't do that. And he says, you don't understand. My daughter's going to think the plane crashed and blah, blah, blah. And so the stewardess says, well, I'll have to go with you. And he said, I have no problem with that. So she went with him, and they couldn't get the reception, so they had to go into the terminal itself. But put Christy's mind at ease. So, and then when we were in, we had a great time, but that was the beginning. We didn't realize it, but we were getting very annoyed with Jim's dad, because he kept like wandering off and making nonsensical questions, and he just was making no sense about anything. And it wasn't until he got back that he was diagnosed that he had Alzheimer's, but the beginning stages of Alzheimer's. But when we were coming back to Hawaii, from Hawaii to come home, the stewardess, we were like the four of us were together, and like they ask you all the normal questions, and they had asked him, so did somebody did anybody not know put something in your luggage? And he said, yeah, there was some woman came into my room and started packing my bags this morning. We got pulled out of the line. They pulled all of our luggage off of the thing, and we kept, and we were so annoyed with him, but we didn't know. But he, at that, was having one of those moments where he didn't know where his wife was. So afterwards, it took a little bit. We had held up the plane. People were waiting. We got on the plane. Everybody went, but it was all straightened out. So anyway, but I had a gorgeous. It was a gorgeous trip. It was expensive, as far as food and everything like that, but I would highly recommend it. Jim and I have planned on going again sometime, but that dream kind of disappeared. So now I've babbled on for too long, so I will get going. Next time you see me will be breakfast, but I think I'll go out and show you the girls in the pool.
Okay, the girls had a pajama party. Up late, up early. But they're in the pool now. They just had breakfast. Not Alyssa.
No.
Alyssa's not a breakfast.
Doesn't eat breakfast. I don't like breakfast.
She doesn't eat breakfast in the morning.
She's weird.
Is the water cold?
No. You go.
Okay, my usual breakfast. Bacon, egg, some fruit, cup of tea. Today is Monday, June 29th. I started my day with a prayer. My quote is, "My new normal is to always be better than my old normal." 8-point breakfast, 23 smart points on a blue plan. 0 for my egg, berries, banana, grapefruit, and tea. 4 points for half of a Thomas bagel. 1 point for a Laughing Cow cheese, and 3 points for my center cut bacon. It's an 8-point breakfast. I still have 15 points left for my dinner. Okay, for dinner we're going to have some mashed potatoes, a pork chop, a dinner roll, and I'm going to have a bean salad with my lemonade. It is a 15-point dinner, 3 points for my pork chop, 5 points for my mashed potatoes, 4 points for my biscuit, 1 point for my lemonade, 2 points for my butter, and 0 for the bean salad. Let's eat. Okay, I just got back from bringing David to pick up his car. He went and got new tires put on today. Jim brought him home from dropping the car off, and then I said I'd pick him up and bring him to pick up the car. So he actually got a pretty good deal on the tires, and he got a rebate too, so that worked out for him. But stayed on track, loved it. I have decided that I'm just gonna barbecue our own ribs. It'd be way cheaper in the long run. So stayed on track. That's all that matters. And as you saw, I said that my bean salad was 0 points. It was actually 2 points. I forgot about the olives and the dressing that I had in it. So I was 2 over, but still within my blue dot, so that's fine. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, and share it if you think somebody might like to see it. And I will talk to you guys in the morning.